Hello, everyone. My name is Craig Johansson, and I am the head of marketing here at Healthy Home. I am so glad that you're joining us tonight on this Zoom call to give you an overview of who we are as a company, what we've got going on as a company, and why we even established ourselves. Now, I know that there are a lot of people who are joining us and looking at this for the first time, and I want to welcome those people as well. There are people also that are joining us that have been with us the entire month of our existence at Healthy Home and who have already decided to be members in this company. But I certainly want to welcome them, and I want to welcome those people that are taking a look at this for the first time. You know, I've been in this industry for over 20 years. I've seen a lot of companies that have been around that established themselves in the beginning. I really like what we have going on at Healthy Home. I think that our message and our movement and those things that we're going to be focused on are really going to resonate with the individuals that that we have out there, people that want to really connect with the company, people that really want to be a community of individuals, and people that want to join a movement to make each and every home more healthy. And so what I'm going to be doing on today's call is I'm going to be walking you through, sharing some slides with you, but walking you through some information that describes who we are as a company and exactly what we're doing. And so what I am going to do with all of you right now is I am going to bring up a PowerPoint and share that with you as I speak through all of this. But again, welcome to the call, welcome home, excited that you're here with us. Let me walk through who we are as a company, what we're doing, some things that set us apart, a little bit of information about our product, and then I'll turn you loose and you can go and make an informed decision on who we are and what we're doing and how you can participate. So first of all, one of the things that I do want to talk about is why did we establish ourselves as a company? What are we being faced with in society that caused us to start this company? And I want to talk a little bit about who's involved as well. And so I will walk you through that as we speak. But let's talk about our environment. Our environment affects everything that we do. We believe that in our home, we can control everything. In your home, you can control what you watch, what you eat, who you talk to, what is taught. You can control everything in that environment. The only food that makes it inside of your home is that which you bring inside yourself. All of the entertainment is what you invite to come into your home as well. The conversations, again, you control those conversations. But once you step out of your home, once you step out of that potentially pristine, your haven, and you step out into the world, everything changes because no longer do you have control of your environment. Let's talk about toxins that people come in contact with. The average person, and it depends on what statistics you look at, but the average person comes in contact with somewhere between 70,000 and 800,000 toxins a day. Now, when I started first researching this and I read that information, I was completely shocked at the amount of toxins that people come in contact with. Let's say it's not 800,000. Let's be really conservative and say that it's 70,000. The average person comes in contact with 70,000 different toxins every day. To me, that is astounding, and it's obviously unfortunate. What are those sources? The sources you can see on the screen right now, they can be anything from perfumes to mattresses, cleaning products, air fresheners, food containers, water bottles, cosmetics, fabric softeners, cookware, cell phones, and the list goes on. And you come in contact with all of those things, many of which are not necessarily at your own choice. So again, you can control some of that, some of the other things you can't control. Another piece that I want to share with you is about 73% of the US food supply. So things that you go, this is specifically to the United States. And I know that we've got some people joining us from around the world as well and listening to this. But about 73% of the US food supply is food that is ultra processed. And what does ultra processed mean? It means that it's not actual foods. It means that it is made from substances that are extracted from food. So we deal in an environment where there's a lot of processed foods out there, rather than eating foods the way nature intended them to be. The third bullet point that you're looking at talks about the fact that 75% of adults, when asked why they do not eat healthy, 75% of adults don't do it because of lack of time. It's because of time constraints. They're in a hurry. This can be taking care of your children. This could be work commitments. This could be community commitments or church commitments, but people don't have time. And so in the absence of time, what people end up doing is they grab something convenient. They grab something on the go. But when you do that each and every time, you're actually sacrificing just a little bit your health and the ideal way that you should be eating. And then the fourth reason is just this natural aging process. So why did we start this company? The full 4 bullet points are on the screen right now. We were looking at combating each of these different areas of health and nutrition that you can experience. So our Healthy Home movement, we want to improve everybody's decisions that you make in your home. That is the one thing that you can control. And when you can control that, you impact yourself, you impact your families. Your families then impact the community that you're living in. That community that you're living in can impact the nation that you're living in and the world. So really for us, it all starts at the home, but those changes in the home can eventually improve and impact the world by those people who are joining our movement and become advocates of saying and sharing these things as well. So that is our mantra. That's our philosophy. That's the movement that we're involved with. When you look at a startup company, we want to focus on a couple of things. When you look at a startup company, you want to make sure that a few things are in place. Now, there can be 5 things, there can be 6 things. I want to focus on this call. I want to focus on 3 key things, especially with a startup company. First of all, with a startup, you want to know that, are they financially secure? Are their executives experienced? And do they have enough field leadership when it comes to direct sales to actually get a company going? Are there leaders that can support, organize, and help lead other people? Let me take each one of these step by step, and let's talk about these. So let's talk about being financially secure. When this whole project came about, there is a company here in Utah. It's a real estate investment firm, and they wanted to diversify themselves out of real estate. They wanted to participate in something that could leave a good, lasting mark in the world that wouldn't necessarily go with the ebbs and flows of real estate, but something that could create, more common good among people. And that's when they said, hey, we want to earmark some cash. We want to start a direct sales company. And in doing that, we were contacted. This investment group last year alone invested to the tune of $2 billion. Now, they're controlled by the SEC because they're an investment house. They're controlled and regulated by the Security Exchange Commission. And so they're very sophisticated in what they do, but their focus has been real estate. Now, they're excited about this project because of what we're doing and how we're engaging. That is what you get from that financial security perspective. It's just not a few people throwing in a few $100,000 saying, hey, let's see if this thing actually goes. We've got a sophisticated company behind us, a very well capitalized company behind us. And that should give you a good feeling that we're going to be able to weather whatever storms we can, that we're going to have the resources to do what we need to do. We're obviously going to be we're going to be selective in the things that we spend money on. We're very hyper-focused on the countries and the products that we want to expand into as well. And so we're going to be very, very good with that money, but want to let you know that we are backed by a financial group. And by the way, they're very, very excited about this project. The next 2 things, let me take you to some additional slides talking about executives as well as some of the field leadership that we're going to that you will get to know. First of all, let me start off with the 3, the second, third, and fourth bullet points that you see on the screen. There are 4 owners of this company. There's actually 5 if you include Dean and Amber. I'll talk about them in just a second. But when you take a look at this group, you've got Mike McLean on the far left. You've got Craig Johansson, myself. You've got Steve Perkins, who is over sales, and you've got Devin Glazier, who's our COO. When you take all 4 of us together, we have opened 40 different countries around the world at multiple companies. We've held high positions. These positions that we've held, they all range from startups all the way up to billion-dollar companies. And why is that important? Because we've got the experience that we need in order to start something up special with Healthy Home. And we're not doing this for the first time. There's a lot of people that think network marketing is going to be easy. Why don't we start a network marketing company? And then they start going down that path and they don't have the experience to be able to foresee some of the outcomes of the decisions they're going to make. Now, we're not going to be able to perceive every answer to every situation, but our over 80 years of experience will lend in that decision-making process. So we can hopefully make the right decisions with regards to products, countries, and all of those business situations that arise. At the very top of the list, which is the thing that I want to really focus on right now, is we have gotten together along with Dean and Amber, and we've said, hey, if there's one thing that is going to set us apart as a company, if there's one thing that's going to set us apart, and that is going to be our culture. Our culture will attract people to this company. Our culture will keep people at this company. And so we are going to create, and we've got some things in terms of our strategy that we are going to create that will welcome people to Healthy Home, that will give people this feeling that it's just different from every other company that's out there. A lot of times when you go to a company, you feel like they focus on a lot of different things, but they don't necessarily focus on the culture. We want to have an unparalleled culture here where people are helping people, where you've got people from different teams that are willing to hop on calls and are willing to support and lend their experience and teach and train and mentor other people. We want a very transparent organization where from the corporate in dealing with our members and our members with corporate, that we're transparent and that we all lock arms and we're doing this together. We have figured out that this is going to be, again, that element of our company that really sets us apart from others. Let me talk a little bit about our master distributors. Now, I let you know before that not only are they distributors, but they're also owners in this process. Let me focus on bullet points 2, 3, and 4 with Dean and Amber DeGrassi. First of all, they in their careers have mentored and helped people, over 400 people, reach that level of diamond. So what you want to be is number 401, 402, 403, or whatever the number is. But they are focused on the business. They bring a lot of energy to the company. They bring a lot of experience to the company. They've organized teams. They've taught teams and they've mentored people. Now, of these 400 plus people that have become diamonds throughout their career, most of those people have never done direct sales before. They're not salespeople. They don't classify or categorize themselves as salespeople. But you know what? They have been taught to do some specific duplicatable activities that allow them to rise and become leaders in this industry. And so that mentorship and that training and that teaching has been phenomenal. And one of the things I think that they are really, really good at in terms of their team is they understand the concept that leaders create other leaders. Leaders do not create followers, they create other leaders. And so when you talk about 400 diamonds, that's exactly what they're doing, is they're creating leaders, not followers. They built teams around the world. They've generated hundreds of millions in sales annually. And now they're here. They want to repeat that success. They want to do it in an environment where they feel like the field or members of a company can be advocates with the company. They got that very first bullet point that you see, field first approach. They have gotten tired over the years of going out and building organizations, building teams, building companies, and not having a say in what countries are launched, what products are launched, having no say and being given things from the corporate side, and the field doesn't know what to do. They're not excited about the product. So they want a seat at the table. They've got a seat at the table. They're going to be advocates for all of you in terms of collecting information from you, collecting ideas from you, and surfacing it with all of us so we can make the right decisions. 99.9% of companies that you find out there will not be this cohesive strategy that is in place from the very beginning. Companies have field advisory boards, but if you've ever been a part of a field advisory board, if you have ever talked to someone as part of a field advisory board, most are going to say a lot of those ideas, never are seen to fruition. Here it's going to be a little bit different, and I think that you're going to like it. Let me get into, that's our company. That's who we are. Let me get in right now and talk a little bit about our product. So the thing that I like about our product, now we've got other products that are coming out in the next few weeks. You're going to love that. Product number 2, product number 3, but right now we have one product that we've launched with. And when I say the word stem cells, most people know just enough. They know just enough about stem cells that they know that they're good, they know that they're produced in the body, and they know that they're, there's an element of healing that comes with them, but they really don't know the details. And when we talk about stem cells, it's probably a little bit different than stem cell therapy that you're probably very familiar with. And let me just walk into that really quickly and talk about our product. Let me build on the information and the knowledge that you know, and let's take you down and talk about our product a little bit. One of the things that we wanted to do with our very first product was focus on that basic building block in the body. You can do a lot of things in your body, but for us, the cell is the building block of all living things. If your cells are unhealthy, if your cells are not producing the way they should be or replicating the way they should be, you know what? The rest of your body, it's going to be really difficult to get the rest of your body healthy, to fight against aging and everything else that comes along with it. So we wanted to start at that most basic fundamental level. And from there, we're going to build into a lot of different areas, and we can do a lot of different things. But your body starts with the cell. As a matter of fact, what you are looking at right now is not just a handsome bald guy, but what you're looking at right now is a compilation of over 30 trillion cells. I am a one big lump of 30 trillion cells. We believe at Healthy Home that your body is the most complex, most sophisticated organism on the entire earth. And it is in fact what I refer to as the biggest miracle of miracles in terms of the things that your body can do. So again, your body is based and built upon cells, and our focus is to help activate the release of stem cells in your body. Now, let me talk a little bit about stem cells, because there are cells in your body, and then there are also stem cells in your body. So stem cells are held in the bone marrow in your body, and they're undifferentiated cells. What does that mean? They're like a cell that can become any kind of a cell in your body. You've got all kinds of cells in your body. You've got brain cells, bone cells, muscle cells, hair cells, skin cells. You've got all kinds of these cells in your body. Stem cells are undifferentiated, which means they have yet to become a part of one of those types of cells in your body. One of the other things that we know about stem cells is there's a direct link between the number of circulating stem cells that you have in your body and your body's ability to improve health. Let me walk you through that a little bit and talk about how that works. So you've got these stem cells that are circulating in your body. As you age, the number of stem cells, they decrease, so you don't have as many stem cells circulating as you go through the aging process. I'm glad that I'm only 14 years old because my stem cell production is, I'm just kidding. But what ends up happening is you've got these stem cells that are circulating within your body, and your body ends up releasing a compound or a signal that signals for those stem cells to come to a certain organ, and you can see that on the right. It can be heart, stomach, liver, brain. The one that I'm most concerned about and focused on is the one that you see at the top of your screen, the hair. Actually, I'm happy and focused on all of them. But what ends up is these pluripotent stem cells then migrate to the different areas of your body. And then those stem cells, because they're undifferentiated, become the stem cells of that organ or tissue of the body. And they help repair and rejuvenate and become cells. But they convert to these other types of cells. And again, there's over 200 types of cells in your body. And that's the way that the body repairs and renews itself. So even as you're sitting here listening to this call, and as we're talking, you've got stem cells that are circulating in your body right now that are going out and becoming other types of cells that are trying to repair, trying to keep you young, trying to rejuvenate and renew your body's systems. And so that's a pretty amazing process. Like I said before, as we age, you can see the graphic on the screen. As you begin to age through 14, 16, 32, 50, 80 years old, as you begin to age, the number of stem cells that are being produced by your body begins to be reduced over time. Some of these stem cells, they begin to mutate, they don't become as effective. And so what you end up having is this natural aging process in your 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s that you really don't have to worry about when you're 10 years old, when you're 15 years old, when you're 20 years old, because your body is in this stage of producing a lot of stem cells, circulating a lot of stem cells, and your body is repairing and renewing and replacing all of these damaged and dying cells in a very, very natural process. The issue is, again, as you age, this begins to subside a little bit. So we as a company, we decided we wanted to focus on stem cells. We wanted to have a formula that was in fact researched in terms of the ingredients. We knew that we were a startup company and we knew we needed some help. We are not stem cell experts by any stretch of the imagination. So we have partnered with a researcher. His name is DRAPEAU. He's got 36 years of medical research and 23, so over 2 decades of research in specifically stem cells. He is the de facto expert in this area. He's got 26 published papers with regards to stem cell research, many of which are on the ingredients that we have in this product. He's authored 5 books, including one called Cracking the Stem Cell Code. And so as we began putting this together and ideas, we wanted to make sure that we went to the best of the best of the best. And so as we launched, we could launch as a company with tying into and tapping into a couple of decades of research on this specific area. We didn't want to be making it up. We didn't want to be mixing it in a bathtub. We didn't want to be hoping that a product would work, but we wanted it based on science. We wanted it based on research. We wanted it based off of someone who knew specifically how to answer those questions, how to explain it. And we've got that with DRAPEAU. And so we're so excited that he is here, that he's a part of Healthy Home. You're going to be hearing a lot more from him in the very near future. And he's a part of this company. And he is endorsing us. He's endorsing our strategy. He's endorsing this product, and he'll endorse the other products that we bring to life as well. And so you're going to be able to see that, experience that. And we're very, very excited that he's on board because, again, he gives us credibility that we wouldn't have as a company in our first month, first 2 months, first 3 months. The name of the product that we have is called Stem Active. We've got a number of ingredients that have been sourced from around the world. Each of these ingredients have been shown to increase the number of circulating stem cells in the body. So again, we're not hoping they work. We actually know that they work. And so you're going to find these key ingredients in this product called Stem Active. Stem Active, based on these ingredients, based off of research, we know will stimulate the release of pluripotent stem cells in your body. Does this product contain stem cells? No. This is an all-natural ingredient, all-natural formula that we have. And through this all-natural plant-based formula, these ingredients help stimulate and activate the circulation of additional stem cells in the body. And again, it's based off of this concept of more circulating stem cells, more the chances you have of your body being able to repair and renew itself. It helps fight against aging, that natural aging process. A lot of people will say, hey, do I only need to take this if my shoulder's hurting? Do I only need to take this if, you know, I've had knee replacement surgery? The answer is no, because your body is breaking down in this natural aging process. And you don't need necessarily a major injury for your stem cells, to needing to rely on your stem cells to help repair itself. It's just this natural aging process, and the fight against aging will be activating your body's release of its own stem cells by ingredients that have been proven to work. So like I said, there's been a number of different studies that have been produced based off of natural ingredients that help with stem cell production. We know that at a minimum, these ingredients can boost the circulation of stem cells somewhere between 40 and 60%. A lot of that is going to be based off of your age, how many you have in circulation already, but generally speaking, somewhere between 40 and 60%. But we actually believe higher. And all of this is based off of research. So you've got these individual ingredients that are out there, and building upon these individual ingredients, we believe that can be 40 or 50 or 60%, up to double, up to 100%. With taking STEM Active. So we're really excited about what we've got going on. That is the product that we have in hand right now. Again, we want to focus on the cell. We want to get the cell healthy. We want to, in the future, we want to be able to fight off free radicals, infuse your body with some nutrition, but it all starts at the cell. We've got an amazing opportunity here with you at Healthy Home, and I am excited to be able to work with you, not only now but in the future as you build teams and organizations. I tell you what, the more that you get to know us, the more you're going to like us, the more you're going to be impressed with the things that we put together. We are just getting started, and when I say we're just getting started, we're just getting started. We've got most people that have just received the product. Some people, those very early entrants, are receiving a second shipment of product on their subscription, but those would be the old people that have been around for a long time, are just getting their product for the very second time. Other people have received their product just a few weeks ago. But we are just getting started. We have got more product announcements that you'll see in the coming weeks and months. You will see country opening announcements coming in the next months. You'll see promotions. You'll see reward trips, incentives. You'll see events. All of these things you're going to hear announcements on in the near future. And so stay tuned. We're excited. If you're watching this for the first time, get back with a person that invited you on this call. They would be happy to answer any questions that you've got. This is a great, great time, maybe not a more perfect time to join Healthy Home. To get in at a very, very early phase is always the best when you're talking about a business, when you're talking about stock, when you're talking about an investment of any sort. And that is the same with Healthy Home. So I want to welcome you all to Healthy Home. We're excited that you're a part of us. And again, you will see some of the things that we define and as we do as a company, strategies in place that will bring people in and make them feel good about their decision of joining Healthy Home, make them feel a part of a community and part of something much greater and bigger than themselves. So I'd like to just say to everyone, welcome home. We're glad you're here.